Picture this. You're lying awake. It's 2 a.m. Your phone screen glows in the dark. AI job losses, stock markets collapsing, politics, conflict, global unrest, and in between all that chaos, your own world. A job you didn't get, a person who stopped replying, a future that feels like it's slipping out of your control. You scroll, and the algorithm keeps feeding you fear. 1,000 things to worry about, but not one thing you can actually change. Sound familiar? We live in an age of hyper-awareness. Every disaster, every scandal, every loss broadcast to your pocket. And with it comes anxiety, anger, and paralysis. The modern man is drowning in what Epictetus would call externals. But what if I told you there's one mental rule, one shift that takes just 60 seconds that can clear all that noise? The Stoics called it the dichotomy of control. It's not complicated. It's not mystical. It's a filter, a sword for the mind. And once you use it, you'll never see the world the same way again. Welcome to Stoic Warlord. Today we're exploring the dichotomy of control. Fix your life in 60 seconds. If you're ready to reclaim your peace in a world obsessed with chaos, like, subscribe, and let's begin. Section 1. The 60-second fix. The Stoic lens. Here it is, the entire Stoic worldview, reduced to a single sentence. Some things are up to us, and some are not. Epictetus, Enchiridion 1. That's it. You can either spend your life trying to bend the universe to your will, or you can master yourself and walk through life unbent. In one column, what's yours to command? Your opinions, judgments, choices, actions. In the other, what's not? Your body, reputation, possessions, luck, other people, and fate itself. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." And that line alone can break the cycle of panic that modern life runs on. Think about it. Traffic jam, not yours to fix. The weather, not yours. What people think about you online, definitely not yours. But your patience, your discipline, your focus, that's your domain. You apply this filter, and instantly, the world feels lighter. Not because it's changed, but because you have. That is your 60-second fix. But beneath that simple phrase lies an entire way of living. And that's what we'll unpack next. How the dichotomy of control can reshape anxiety, ambition, love, and loss. Section 2. The roots. From Roman slavery to digital slavery. Epictetus was born around 50 AD in Hierapolis. Not a prince, not a scholar, a slave. His master broke his leg in anger. Yet Epictetus didn't crumble. He smiled, saying, "You will break it, and then it will stop hurting." Even in chains, he was free because his mind was his own. He lived through tyranny, exile, humiliation, and came out unbroken. Why? Because he mastered what few ever do, control over his reactions. Now fast forward 2,000 years. We live in digital luxury, but we're slaves to different masters. Not emperors, algorithms. Not whips, notifications. And the more control we think we have, the less we actually do. Modern Stoicism trends because deep down, we sense what Epictetus knew. Peace is internal. Everything else is illusion. He wrote, "Men are disturbed not by things but by their views of things." When your boss ignores your email, it's not the silence that hurts. It's your interpretation of it. When a partner ghosts you, it's not the absence that breaks you. It's the story you tell yourself about why. The Stoics called this discipline the control of assent, the art of pausing before believing your first thought. If you want to fix your life, start there. Section 3. The modern chaos. Anxiety and the war within. Anxiety today is epidemic. Studies show over 40% of young adults experience daily anxiety. But the Stoics would say, we're not anxious because life is hard. We're anxious because we try to control the uncontrollable. Epictetus wrote, "When you are disturbed, it's not by the thing itself, but by the opinion you form of it." Let's test that. You worry about losing your job. Can you control layoffs? No. Can you control your skills, your attitude, your preparation? Absolutely. So where do you put your energy? The Stoic says, on what's yours. The rest? Release. It's not avoidance, it's focus. And that's the difference between panic and purpose. Exercise. Each morning, write 2 lists. Left column, mine. Right column, not mine. Everything on the right, ignore it. Ignore it. Everything on the left, act on it. You'll feel your anxiety shrink. Seneca, the Roman statesman, echoed this when he said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Most of our pain lives in the mind, in imagined futures that never arrive. The dichotomy of control pulls us out of those shadows and back into the present moment, where action lives. When the world feels too big, make it small again. Focus on what's within arm's reach. That's the Stoic cure for anxiety. Section 4. The dichotomy in relationships. Love without attachment. The Stoics love deeply, but never desperately. In dating, friendships, family, rejection and heartbreak often stem from misplaced control. We want others to act a certain way, feel a certain way, stay when they wish to leave. Epictetus taught us, don't seek for events to happen as you wish, but wish them to happen as they do. That doesn't mean apathy. It means acceptance. If someone ghosts you, they've revealed their character, not your flaw. If someone betrays you, they've lost integrity, not you. Love them still, but release your grip on their behavior. That's the Stoic version of freedom in relationships, to care without clinging. Marcus Aurelius put it like this: when someone wrongs you, think, what good is it to be angry at a man who acts according to his nature? In a world of instant messaging and instant rejection, the Stoic lover practices patience and presence. He controls his sincerity, his respect, his intention, and that's enough. Section 5. The dichotomy in work and ambition. You work hard. You prepare. You dream. Promotion goes to someone else. A project fails. Idea ignored. You can spiral, or you can apply Epictetus. The chief task in life is to separate matters, so I can say clearly which are externals, not under my control, and which are my own. That's the professional superpower of Stoicism. You can't control office politics, AI disruption, or economic tides, but you can control excellence. You can control effort, focus, skill, and integrity. Seneca once said, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. The Stoic doesn't wait for luck. He prepares until opportunity can't ignore him. If you face rejection, don't interpret it as failure. Interpret it as feedback. The world said, not yet. So you sharpen your tools. You try again. That's the dichotomy of control in action. It's not just about serenity, it's about strength. When you only invest energy where it matters, you become unstoppable. Section 6. The daily practice. Training the Stoic mind. Philosophy is useless without practice. Epictetus told his students, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. So how do you embody the dichotomy of control? Here's a daily sequence. Morning armor. Before you touch your phone, repeat the Stoic filter. What's in my control? What isn't? Prepare your mindset for anything. Traffic, arguments, tech glitches, none of them can touch your peace unless you let them. 2. The journal audit. At lunch or night, list 3 challenges of the day. Next to each write, mine or not mine. This simple habit rewires your brain for focus. Free premeditatio malorum. Premeditatio malorum. Imagine things going wrong, plans failing, people disappointing. Then breathe and accept it. Epictetus said, he who fears death will never do anything worthy of a living man. When you rehearse loss mentally, it loses its power. 4. The discipline of assent. When a strong emotion hits, don't react. Instead, first pause. Ask, what story am I telling myself? Then decide if it's true. This single skill separates the reactive from the resilient. Evening reflection. Seneca called it the inspection of the soul. What did I handle well today? What did I try to control that wasn't mine? What can I do better tomorrow? Do this nightly. It's ancient CBT, before psychology had a name. With daily practice, you'll notice something. You stop chasing control and start creating peace. You'll see storms coming, and you'll smile, because you've already practiced walking through them. Section 7. Beyond the dichotomy. Toward amor fati. Epictetus gave us the dichotomy. Marcus Aurelius gave us its evolution. Amor fati, the love of fate. It's not enough to tolerate what you can't control. You must love it. Marcus wrote, the blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything thrown into it. When something goes wrong, you don't curse it. You use it. You turn obstacles into strength. That's the final stage of Stoic mastery. Not escaping life, but embracing it fully. Every no becomes direction. Every loss becomes discipline. Every rejection becomes refinement. Amor fati is the power of turning chaos into fuel. Section 8, the modern paradox. Why this still works. You might ask, sure, maybe this worked in ancient Rome, but now, with AI, crises and information overload? The answer is yes, because human nature hasn't changed. We're still driven by fear, greed, and ego, but Stoicism teaches us to use reason to cut through that noise. When everything moves faster, clarity becomes rebellion. In a world that profits off your outrage, tranquility is revolutionary. Epictetus's dichotomy is the quietest protest against modern chaos. When the world screams for attention, you whisper, "Is this mine to control?" And 99% of the time, the answer is no. And in that moment, you are free. Section 9, closing reflection. 60 seconds to freedom. So here's your challenge. Right now. Take 60 seconds. Think about what's weighing on you. The worry, the disappointment, the fear. Now ask one question. Is this within my control? If yes, act. If no, release. That's Stoicism distilled. That's freedom in its purest form. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. The world may never calm down, but you can, in 1 minute." If this video helped bring clarity to your mind, like, subscribe, and share it with someone drowning in things they can't control. What's one thing you'll stop trying to control today? Until next time, stay grounded, stay rational, and stay stoic.